Hey, reach up there and pull those belts tight. One more time, you're watching the original Rebels Racing League.
And welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Holl. We're here back at Daytona for another Original Rebels Racing Truck Series. We've got the Sunday Night Truck Series brought to you by Holl Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning. We're here for another action-packed 60 laps at Daytona. We just saw a wild one in the Outlaw Series, and I'm sure we're going to see just as wild here in the Truck Series. And it looks like some of my paints are not coming through, so we're going to go ahead and reset our training paint. So give me just a moment while I restart that. I will be back with you in just a moment. And I do apologize for that. I do want the trucks looking right here on the screen. And there they go, resetting themselves. I noticed Chuck Pegleg Felts didn't have that marine scheme on, and I'm like, that ain't right. So let's go ahead and reset here to get the right paint jobs out there. Speaking of Pegleg, currently third on the speed charts here at Daytona. It's only show one timer at a time, as we got about 3 minutes left here in practice. And yeah, we just saw a wild one with Todd Schott making a last lap pass to get the win in the Outlaw Series. And here we go again, as we got another wild Truck Series race about to happen here at Daytona. I'm sure we're going to see just as much of an exciting race as we just saw. We saw Mickey Isaac. You see Mickey Isaac out on track right now in that National Guard machine. See Tracy Parsons in the 53 here. Tracy we're used to seeing in the Outlaw Series, but we do see him here tonight in the Truck Series. Out there on track. So yeah, Tracy up here in the 53 machine, getting ready to take on some new faces here, as last season had a great season in the Outlaw Series, and going to run up here with his nephew Aaron Adcock. A little different logo here for the Rebels Truck Series here tonight. Season the Truck Series is the Holl Heating and Sheet Metal Truck Series in memory of Ray Cobb. You see that in the top right corner. So nice tribute to both Matt Mann in the Rebels series and Ray Cobb here in the Truck Series here tonight. Very fitting for that as well. We got some new sponsors coming on board here tonight with the Truck Series as well. Of course, Steel Racing Design and Shibu Indie Crypto. Coming on board here with the Truck Series. Of course, Pegleg Felts, PJ Motorsports, Evil Empire, Speed Shop, Thunderstruck Super Series, Kendra Farmer Grant, Steel Racing Designs, DK Motorsports, and Cebulski Window Tinting all on board. And I didn't know the music was still playing. I thought I had that turned off. I do apologize, but there we go. Now that's off. Thank you, Kevin. I do appreciate that. So let me go over what I was just saying with the new sponsors here tonight in the Truck Series. It's now the Holl Heating and Sheet Metal Series, fueled by in memory of Ray Cobb. And you can see Ray Cobb's logo up there in the top right corner when that logo comes by. And a great thing to have in both the Sunday Night Truck Series, the Outlaws in memory of Matt Mann, and tonight the Truck Series late night in memory of Ray Cobb. Also, Smil Racing Design, Shibu Inu Crypto, Peg Leg Felts, P&J Motorsports, Evil Empires Speed Shop, Thunderstruck Super Series, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Smil Racing Designs, BK Motorsports, and Sobolski Window Tinting. As we got about oh, no practice anymore as we've gone into qualifying. Let's see who is one of the first trucks out on track. We see, let's see here. We see Tracy Passons, one of the first trucks out on track tonight. The long layoff affected the drivers in the first race. I'm sure it will affect the drivers here in the second race. It's already affected me as I forgot to turn my music off. So I do apologize for that. It's the first race of the season. Well, first race for the Outlaws, or excuse me, the Truck Series tonight. As the Outlaws just went off. That was a wild race with Todd Schott getting the win with a last lap pass, and we'll have to see if tonight we get just as wild of a finish here in the Sunday Night Truck Series. As we see Tracy Passons coming across the line here to start his qualifying attempt. Running that high line, trying to get that truck wound up here. So if we can get that truck wound up, you get a good opportunity to really get the most speed out of the trucks that you can. I see Tracy coming across the line here. Now he's going to work down to the bottom of the track, trying to get as much speed as he can. Jim McClendon currently to the top of the board. Actually, Tyler Rice. Now Zach Wetstein up to the top of the board. So it changes real quickly here. Makes his way down through the corner to the short chute here. Off of turn number 4. And Tracy's going to qualify in that 6th position. Zach Wetstein finishes his second lap. Currently up at the top of the board with a 52.18. Ken Farmer currently in second. Looks like he's already completed his second lap. So Brandon Wallace jumps up to the point with a 52.17. And he's still got another lap to go. So let's see if he's able to improve on that time. Fast lap for that 99 machine of Brandon Wallace. Now he comes across the line. And he is not going to improve on his time, so he will continue to be your current pole sitter. Aaron Adcock comes across the line for his first lap. Oh, he's starting his first lap here. As Aaron comes down the backstretch, runs it up on that high side. It's like we saw um, Tracy Passons do, trying to keep that truck wound out the best he can. So his first lap is going to be a bit of a throwaway lap here. Up to the 15th position, just like we saw in the first race, a bunch of drivers deciding not to qualify. Do apologize. I was coughing and I turned off my microphone and I forgot to turn it back on. So I do apologize for that. It's one of those nights already, I can tell. So yeah, you see Josh Smith out on track right now. Currently in the 18th position, sponsored by Original Rebels Racing League Farms. And if you don't know, a bunch of these guys actually play Farming Simulator, which is pretty cool. They've got a Discord channel here for that. I'll get together for that. I know Garrett Kinder said growing up on a farm, he wouldn't want to simulate it at all. But hey, some of these guys, it's something new for them, and they have a lot of fun doing it. So kudos to them. As Josh Smith comes off of turn number 4 and down to the start-finish line. Josh Smith is going to move up into the 5th position with a 52.18. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it on the side there, but your pole speed was a 52.17, then an 18 and 18 and 18 and 18 and 18 and 19 and 19, a 20 and a 22. So you're top 10 separated by just 5/100ths of a second, which is absolutely wild. Think about how close that qualifying attempt is for these guys tonight. So it's going to make the racing, if the racing as close as qualifying is, we're in for a good show here tonight. As Josh Smith pulls off on the backstretch here. We got about 5 seconds before we grid up here tonight. when we get ready for our starting grid. And your grid tonight is brought to you by BK Motorsports. And of course, our Chuck Pegleg Foul Pole Award is going to go to the 99 of Brandon Wallace, with Jeff Paisley starting to his outside. Kyle Roberts in the 35, he'll be rolling off third, with Zach Wetstein in the 4 machine rolling off in fourth. Josh Smith in the 47 rolling off fifth, and Sam Wetstein in sixth. Your fourth row will be the 59 of Ken Farmer and Charlie Elmore in that 20 machine. Then you'll find Mickey Isaac and Tyler Rice rounding out row number 5. Row 6 will be Brett Grunwald with Jim McClendon in the 18 machine, rolling off in 12th. 13th is Garrett Kinder, followed by Aaron Adcock in the 14th position. Chuck Pegleg Phillips will start on the inside of row number 8, with Tracy Passons at his outside in the 53. Then Joaquin Meza and Gary Wright will round out row number 9. Row 10 will be Tia Swank and Logan Sturgeon. Logan switching to the 24 machine this year. Or this season, I should say. I apologize, my grid never clicked over. Charles Stevens Jr. in the 88 and Josh Lokovitz make up row number 11, with Cody Bohm and Alex Veith in row number 12. You'll find Mike Veith in 28th, Christopher Heiner in 29th, Davy Jones in 30th, Spencer Gay, Ray Page, and Christian Dedman rounding out the field here tonight. And I got some news today that Mike Veith won't be racing for a little while after this race, as he's going to be having some knee surgery. So we wish Mike a speedy recovery after your surgery, and we can't wait to see you back on track. But Brandon Wallace is going to lead us down to the restart zone with Jeff Paisley to his outside. We see Zach Wetstein having a little bit of a connection issue back there. Looks like he's got that situated now, as we're going to come off of turn number 4. Brandon Wallace is going to lead us down to the restart zone. Pace truck is in. Paul, thanks for joining us here tonight. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing here at Daytona in the season opener for the Truck Series. And a great jump for Brandon Wallace on that high side, getting a great push from Kyle Roberts on the bottom. Jeff Paisley falling back quite a bit here on the start, getting a big push from Zach Wetstein, but that bottom lane right now having all the momentum, as Kyle Roberts is going to clear Jeff Paisley. And they're going to try to pull along. Looks like the 47 of Josh Smith. Jeff Paisley, though, starting to get a little bit of a run, a little bit of momentum, with a little help there from the 4 of Zach Wetstein as they work their way off of turn number 4. But way out in front is going to be Brandon Wallace leading the first lap of the season here in the Outlaw Truck Series. And the field really spreading out already. I saw a little bit of this in the Rebels Truck Series tonight, where the field kind of spread out early in the race. A lot of drivers just trying to stay out of the trouble. You also notice these trucks weaving a lot more than in previous races, as iRacing has made a little bit of an adjustment to the tires of the trucks along with the draft model, and the air really starts to move these trucks around, especially further back in the pack. The more dirty the air is, the more these trucks really start to move around, and you kind of see that more towards the back of the field. As Zach Westside's trying to give a big push here. To Jeff Paisley as we are working lap number 3. Right now, Brandon Wallace now having to battle side by side with Jeff Paisley. Up on that high line is Zach Wetstein giving a big push. That 7 machine. You see Brandon Wallace now having no help behind him as the 35 of Kyle Roberts has fallen off of him quite a bit. That's allowed Paisley to take the lead, and now Zach and Sam are going to hook up here on the high side. That father and son duo trying to take over the lead here at Daytona. So side-by-side racing continues here. We see the 20 of Charlie Elmore coming up into the picture, and the 6 of Tyler Rice up there as well. The 29, I'm sorry, that's the 23 of Aaron Adcock, also up on the high side trying to get that high lane moving. As Jeff Paisley gets bumped from behind, gets out of shape. Almost comes back up in front of Brandon Wallace. Able to make it work though. No harm, no foul as they rocket off at turn number 4 and make their way down through the tri-oval. Zach Wetstein up on the high side is going to lead that lap by just a nose. As Zach continues to have a little bit of a connection issue, but it doesn't look like it's affecting his truck too much. As that high lane starting to make some moves up on the high side. Zach Wetstein almost clear of Jeff Paisley, and I wonder if he's going to stay up there or if he's going to leave his father out to dry. And he does. He cuts down in front of Jeff. Now can Sam make a move here? Sam's got Charlie Elmore right behind him and Tyler Rice, but not close enough to make that move. As you see, they're really starting to fall like a rock on that high side. When you don't have a truck tucked underneath your back bumper like that, it can really, really hurt you. And you really just saw that happen there with Sam. But now that he's got Charlie right there on the back bumper again, you see the move that they're able to make, the run that they're able to get on that high side, just those 2 trucks. Here comes the 6 of Tyler Rice as well, trying to come up into the picture to try to help Charlie and Sam get up towards the front. Pegleg up on the high side as well. He's moved up 6 spots, currently in the 9th position. Already 2 drivers, Aaron Adcock and Pegleg Feltz, up 6 spots from where they started. So a couple big movers already tonight. As Zach and Jeff Paisley start to pull away from Sam just a little bit. And the rest of the field is starting to get single file. Looks like nobody really wants to be aggressive early. Everybody's trying to feel each other out. Figure out what their truck's going to do, especially some of the trucks further back in dirty air. And this is about the time where the tires are starting to come up the temperature. The trucks are going to start handling at their best. Still do have a pretty heavy fuel load, but that gives them the downforce towards the back. Also gets that spoiler out of the air a little bit, so that's when the trucks are the fastest. As they come across the line side by side. And Zach is just barely going to lead that lap over Sam. But it's Wetstein versus Wetstein up on the high side. Or up at the front, I should say. With Zach on the bottom and Sam on top. And a big push here from Jeff Paisley, trying to keep Zach up in front of his father as they make their way into turn number 3. But don't count Sam out. He's still getting a great push back there from Tyler Rice. Tyler Rice has to back off just a little bit every once in a while to cool his truck off as these trucks run up on each other like that. They can definitely heat up and overheat. You're really easy to overheat and blow a motor here at Daytona or Talladega when you're not paying attention to your gauges. Tyler Rice looks like he's doing a good job keeping that 6 machine cool behind Sam Wetstein. Aaron Adcock now coming to join the fun as Charlie Elmore dives down to the bottom. That's going to bring both Adcock and Chuck Pegleg Feltz, along with Tracy Passons, up on the high side towards the front. So already a couple of these drivers try to make some big moves early. As we cross the line this time, we'll be starting lap number 10 of 60. And that time, Sam Wetstein just barely led the lap, but he was able to get the nose out in front, and he's trying to take the lead here into turn number 1. Not quite clear as Zach. Now Zach's going to have the momentum back on the bottom side as Jeff Paisley gets back to his back bumper to transfer that energy down to the bottom lane. And you got to be real careful where you push, as Jeff almost got to the right side of that Ford machine. We saw earlier that if you push on that right side just too much, it's really easy to send that truck in front around. We saw that with Jonah Colbert earlier in the first race. As Zach now slides up in front of his father. I don't know if he's trying to pull a block or if he's trying to pull his father along. But it looks like Zach's trying to lead both lines here as he comes across the line. Now Jeff Paisley down to the bottom. Again, a big push from Charlie Elmore. Brandon Wallace right there behind as well. That's going to move Paisley up to the point as they come off of turn number 2 and rocket down the backstretch and snake their way through. You see Garrett Kinder getting a little out of line. Kinder falling back quite a bit right now. Kinder currently running into 22nd position. See that 13 machine as he comes off the corner. Looks like he's trying to play a little conservative, trying to stay out of the Hornet's nest in front and keep himself clean to be there at the end. We saw Pegleg get a little loose there, almost come down to the side of Josh Smith, but no harm, no foul. But everybody behind him had to get a little bit of a checkup. We see Tracy Passons now diving down to the bottom side and in front of Mickey Isaac. As up front, Zach Wetstein continues to try to lead that high line back to the front. Jeff Paisley and Charlie Elmore locked up on that bottom lane, not allowing Zach to really get the run that he wants off the corner. As they are side by side coming to the line. And Paisley's going to lead this lap as well. Kernan Church says, Kinder playing it smart. Hope to be back soon with this awesome league. Kernan, good to see you. We can't wait to see you back. Other comments here. Eddie Smith says he's joining Ratchet and Kevin. We see some movement through the field as these trucks are now starting to get lighter on fuel. Starting to wiggle around just a little bit. Tire degradation isn't such a main concern here at a track like Daytona or Talladega, but the trucks do lose a little bit of grip as the run goes on. I see Zach Wetstein getting the big run now, trying to clear Jeff Paisley to retake the lead here. But Paisley getting the run back on the bottom. And this is very similar to what we saw in the first race. A lot of give and take. Not a lot of crazy moves here at the beginning of the run. We did see a caution come out around lap number 26 or 30, so we'll have to see if that happens again here in this race. As now Zach gets out to the lead by himself. Is he going to pull down in front of Paisley? No, Paisley's going to retake that inside lane and get that run back on Wetstein to move him back up to the point. Josh Lokenvitz in that 79 machine slowly moving himself up through the field. Currently up 11 positions into the 11th spot. And he keeps slowly as methodically working his way through the field. And I'm sure he'll be there soon enough at the front. Jeff Paisley and Zach Wetstein again side by side for the lead. And this battle continues for the lead. So they're coming up on a lap truck right now. That is, I believe, the 78 of Cody Bohm. Cody's going to stay up on the high side and allow the field to go right on by. Oh, he's up into the wall. And he's going to hold it up there to let the field by. So we got some bets going on in the chat here about when the big one's going to happen. Or if we're going to keep this one green all the way to the end. We will have some green flag pit stops coming up pretty soon, though, as we're working lap number 17. I believe these trucks can only go about 28 to 35 laps on fuel. I wasn't really, didn't really get a chance to check the fuel window. As they make their way off of turn number 4, we are still side by side for the lead. You see a lot of trucks still single file behind the pack. Looks like we're too wide, 8 rows deep, and then everybody kind of hanging tight back there, single file in lane. And as I mentioned, Josh Lokovitz now still slowly coming through the field, up into the 12th position, trying to make something happen. Every hole he sees, he's going to try to throw his truck down into as well. Tyler Rice hanging out here up on the high side behind Sam Westside, as Zach has gotten the lead away from Jeff Paisley and moved himself back down to the bottom. As they are side by side down the backstretch. While we've got this side-by-side action, let's do a little thing I like to call pump up the intensity.